Hey guys, it's Russell back, and on today's video, I'm not going to do a car washing video, but what we are going to do is I'm going to show you how to super clean your wheels and tires. Now, I did a video on how I clean the wheels and tires as a normal maintenance procedure on the car, but we're going to take the tires and wheels off the car to do this. You know what? I got to show you guys. These are the Michelin tires that I got probably 2,000 or 3,000 miles ago. Hello, gorgeous. These are awesome tires. They're the Michelin Defenders, but this isn't about the tires. So this procedure is how to really deep clean the inside, the barrels, the outside. We're going to strip the Adams paint sealant that's on there, and I'm going to show you how to properly clean the wheels, everything, and then we're going to protect them. We're going to apply the Adams paint sealant back on there. Now, this requires that you remove the wheels from the car. If you don't have that capability or you can't do that, then you can go back and look at my other video on how I basically do a maintenance wash on the wheels and tires. So, in order for me to take this off, that means we got a tripod, a three-legged car outside. How did I do that? Let's go take a look. Okay, now, number one, I've got a 3.5 ton jack. There's no weight on the jack at all right? However, if you're going to do this, please use jack stands. I have a lot of people complaining in my videos, you didn't use jack stands. Well, I've got a jack stand on each side under the subframe. The car's going nowhere. I keep the jack there just as a convenience, but yeah. And when I do this, I only take one wheel and tire off at a time. I did loosen the lug nuts on the ground because it makes it a little easier, but if something were to happen, if, who knows, an earthquake happened, at least only one side of the car would go down. Anyway, so please, again, I'm going to say it again, please use jack stands if you're going to do this. All right, so people are going to ask, why am I doing this on the grass when I could do it on the sidewalk? Very simple. These wheels have absolutely no scuffing or road rash on them at all on either side, and by laying this and doing this in the grass, especially when I flip it over, there's absolutely no possibility of the rim getting scuffed or damaged in any way from the concrete. You could lay it on a mat or something, but I've got plenty of grass here, so that's what I'm going to use. So let me show you what we're working with. These tires have about, I don't know, almost 3,000 miles on them. They're the Michelin Defender T+H. They're awesome, but the wheel is not too awfully dirty, but it is dirty. And not only are we going to be doing the front, we're going to be detailing the back. And when I had these tires installed, they used the external weights, not the glue-on weights, and we're going to be removing this with our Citral that I've used in other videos. We're going to be detailing the back of this. Now, this is cleaner than probably most wheels out there because I clean the barrel every time I clean the wheels with the wheel and tires on the car. So again, go back and watch that video. But now, let's get this going. All right, step number one. I'm going to be using the Purple Power Vehicle and Boat Wash because it's good at stripping the sealant, the Adams Liquid Paint Sealant that is on the car. And the dilution ratio is 6 ounces per gallon, so I'm going to use about a gallon of water. And then we'll just go ahead and fill this up. All right, step two, rinse off the wheel. Next, I'm going to take my really super soft brush that I use for the wheels and go ahead and do the face of the wheel. I think I got this from Walmart years and years ago, and it is very soft. It will not scratch or damage the wheels at all. We're going to let that sit just a minute. Now I'm going to take my wheel brush and I'm going to clean the face of the wheel. Now I'm going to rinse this off. And you may have to do this several times. Just keep doing it until everything that you're working on is perfectly clean. Now once you're satisfied that the face and the front, or the face of the tire, is satisfactorily cleaned, we'll just flip this over, and this is where you're probably going to have really dirty. This is called the barrel inside the wheel. So I'm going to use the same soft brush, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Now some of this discoloration can be rust on the inside of the hub, and that may or may not come off. For cleaning tires, this is the best brush I've ever found for cleaning, deep cleaning the actual rubber. Alright, I have got my Citral and my spray bottle that you've seen, and I have a plastic trim tool that will not scratch the aluminum. Definitely do not want to use anything like a screwdriver. So I'm just going to spray a little bit on there, and then take my scraper and just work the adhesive off. Okay, now that's done. So I'm going to go ahead and rinse that off. So what I'm going to do is, because this is really tough, I'm going to spray some of the Citral just on the end of the brush and just work it around like that, and we're going to see if it will have much of an impact. The Citral is fantastic for dealing with brake dust. Alright, so I have taken the wheel as far as I'm going to. The tire is perfectly clean. The front of the face of the wheel, I cleaned the lug nut holes, and then the back. There is a little bit of pitting. Evidently when they took this off they used a tool and gouged right there. I don't know if you can see that, but some of these are really clean. Some of them have just a little bit of residue, but that's plenty good enough. The main concern was to get this barrel clean and stripped of the oils or greases that are on there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to work on the other tire, and I'm going to let this tire dry, and I will be back when both tires are ready to apply the Adams Liquid Paint Sealant and also our tire protection. Just a quick tip for those of you that don't want to put the wheel and tire combination in the grass. You can get a Home Depot 5-gallon bucket and just sit it on the top. Just make sure it's balanced. You can rotate it around easily, spin it, whatever you want to do. You can get your chair and sit and do it if you'd like. It does make it a little easier. I forgot to show you all that on the first wheel. Anyway, just a little quick tip. I'll be right back when everything's dry. Alright, now I'm going to take some Rust-Oleum wax and tar remover. I've got my black microfiber cloth. It's what I use only when I do anything with the wheels. And I've got it in these nifty little spray bottles that are chemical resistant that you guys have seen before. So I'm going to spray some on the cloth. And I'm just going to go over the wheel wherever there was Adams paint sealant, just to make sure that everything is removed. Welcome back to our table. Well, not really, but if you want to use the bucket method, get your tire off the ground, that's fine. Now, conversely, if you don't want to use the Rust-Oleum, which I don't know why you wouldn't, you can also mix up your IPA solution. It's the same solution. It's got distilled water and IPA that we've seen in many of the videos I've done on buffing and getting the car ready for your sealant or whatever protection you're going to use. And this is very, very good. So now I'm just going to put some of the sealant on here, and I'm only going to do, as far as back here, just the barrel. And if you're not sure, this being the barrel, I'm not going to do the spokes because it's too hard to get out. But it'll make cleaning on your maintenance wash much, much easier when you clean the wheel. If you'll watch the video on how I do the maintenance wash on wheels and tires, you will see if you use the right brushes, you can pretty much get back here, no problem. And now I'm going to do the front of the wheel. The front, depending on the type of wheel you're using, whether it's aluminum, it could be, this is a polished and painted aluminum. You could have chrome wheels, you could have steel wheels, it really doesn't matter. If you've got hubcaps, obviously there's no need to apply the paint sealant on the wheel itself. You can on the hubcap. So what I do first, I usually will go and get the face, and then I'll start working the areas here. All right, now we are at the point where we want to remove the sealant that we've applied. It has been on here about 30 minutes, and I've got a brand new clean microfiber towel that I use only for wheels for this procedure. And I'm going to get the fluffy side out. Now it doesn't matter, you can start on the front or you can start on the back. It doesn't matter, just remove, go ahead and remove and buff off the Adams Liquid Paint Sealant. Alright, so on both wheels we've removed the Adams Liquid Paint Sealant, and look how clean and shiny that is now. Now there's a lot of pits and nicks in here from rocks and the road rash, but it's protected now. Now the advantage to this, because you're never going to see this, excuse me, is that it'll be much easier to clean and it will not bake on here. So the final step is the choice of tire protectant, and I have been using the Aerospace 303, and I'm going to do that now while the wheel is off, and we'll do that next. Alright, I'm going to be using the Aerospace 303, and what I'm going to do is, I've got an old, I don't use microfiber for this, I usually use a sponge that is contoured to the tire, but I don't have that available to me right now, so I am just going to use a cotton. Yes, this is the only time you will ever see me bring out something that is cotton, because it's on the rubber. So what I'm going to do is just spritz the tire with the 303. Now I've used tons and tons of different tire dressings, tire treatments if you want, and there's a lot of good ones out there, a lot of good ones, and I'm not saying this one's any better, but this is the one I've been using for a little while, and it does a fantastic job. The reason that I'm putting this on the inside of the tire is to reduce any incidents of dry rotting, because really, I mean, how often do you put really tire treatment on the inside of your tire? But it's clean, so I want to go ahead and do it. So I'm going to do the same thing to the front tire, or to the front of the tire, and I'm going to get these installed back on the car, and then we'll let you see what that looks like next. Alright guys, so I am done with our super deep cleaning wheel video. All 4 wheels are looking really, really good. They've got the 303 protected on there. By tomorrow, that'll just be a matte finish. It is water-based, so it will evaporate. But the wheels, wow, super, super shiny, and they're going to be very, very easy to clean, just like they have been in the past. I try to do this every year or so. I think I may have skipped a year, so it may have had 2 years on it. But guys, I can't tell you enough how awesome this Adams Liquid Paint Sealant is on the wheels. It's just as good on the wheels as it is on the paint. Makes it so easy to clean and maintain. So I hope you found this video useful. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I will have more videos coming out. And I will see you guys on the next video.